to choose the best guardian for your children is a topic that is very near to my heart since I am a mother of two young children myself. And I tell parents that I think choosing a guardian might be one of the hardest things that we have to do because it's so hard to even imagine someone else raising our kids. But when we're parents, there's two important time frames that we have to plan for. If something happened to us, there's the long term, who would raise our kids if something happened to us permanently. And then there's the short term, what would happen immediately? Who would be able to step in and be with our children or have legal authority right away? And a lot of times parents have heard about long-term guardians, and sometimes they tell me, well, we haven't been able to name guardians because we can't agree. My spouse and I just can't agree. He wants his family and I want my family. And if that's the case, then you may need some help in coming to a good decision. It's not easy, but I do recommend that parents sit down and that the first step is that they would brainstorm all the possibilities and really think outside the box. Who could be a guardian for your kids? It doesn't have, one question I get a lot is it doesn't have to be a family member. It can be somebody who is a friend, somebody who shares your values, who would raise your kids like you would want them raised in terms of their parenting style, their discipline style. Maybe they have spiritual or religious values that you share, educational values. So you're really thinking through all the possible people who could be guardians. And then the second step is really thinking about your parenting values. And when you brainstorm all your parenting values, who would love our kids, who would raise them the way we would want them raised, and thinking about that, writing it down, the next step is really numbering them, the top three. What are your top three parenting values of how would you want your kids raised? And then what you're going to do is you're going to try to match those top values to the brainstorm list that you came up with. And that's really one way to sit down and think about it in a non-emotional way and come up with your various choices of who might be guardians. The other thing I would recommend is if you're still having problems choosing someone is to really sit down with somebody who is experienced and who can walk you through it in a non-emotional way. I have counseled probably hundreds of parents on how to choose guardians for their kids and really how to name them correctly. We can't just, it's not always intuitive on how to name the guardian. Naming guardians for some couples is very difficult and a sensitive topic, and so somebody with experience should be able to take some of the emotion out of it and really walk you through some ways to name guardians and so that you both feel really good about it.